Hello guys and welcome to TechWolf. If you find this video useful or entertaining, please consider subscribing and liking this video. And now let's get into it. Today we are going to do CompTIA Security Plus exam practice test for preparation for CompTIA Security Plus exam. So I said there's something mixed up a little bit, but in general you get the idea. We are going to do CompTIA Security Plus practice test. And no further ado guys, let's get into it. And first question would be, a company wants to ensure that any modifications to critical system files are logged and can be tracked back to a specific user. What tool should be used? File Integrity Monitoring or FIM, Network Address Translation or NAT, Port Scanning, Disabling Firewall Logs, or disabling automatic updates. Which tool should you use? And here's the correct answer would be File Integrity Monitoring or FIM, as FIM or File Integrity Monitoring detects and logs unauthorized changes to critical system files, helping ensure integrity and accountability. And next question, a network administrator needs to segment a network to improve security and prevent unauthorized access between different departments. What is the best solution? VLANs, ARP poisoning, using single subnet for all users, installing an IDS, or disabling network logs. So which one would be the best solution to segment pretty much network between different departments? And the correct answer would be VLANs, as VLANs logically segment networks, reducing unauthorized access and improving security. A cybersecurity team is implementing a zero trust architecture. What is the key principle of this security model? So for this exam you also need to know all or everything about all these different types of architectures or protection architectures of the company. Always trust internal users, grant full access to VPN users, never trust, always verify, only external users require authentication, or use default password for all accounts. So which one would be the best or the correct answer for this question? And here the correct answer would be never trust, always verify, as zero trust security assumes that threats can exist inside and outside the network, requiring strict verification for all access attempts. A company wants to ensure that all employees' mobile devices comply with security policies before accessing corporate data. What solution should be implemented? Brute force protection, man-in-the-middle filtering, session hijacking prevention, implementing MAC filtering, or the mobile device management. And here the correct answer would be Mobile Device Management or MDM, as MDM enforces security policies on mobile devices, ensuring compliance with corporate security standards. And as you know guys, there is MDM and there is MAM, which is Mobile Application Management. And next question, a security analyst is investigating an unauthorized login attempt outside of normal business hours. What is the best security control to prevent this? Antivirus software, time-based access restrictions, SSL TLS encryption, role-based access control, or disabling USB ports. So what would be the best solution here? And the correct answer here is time-based access restrictions, as restricting logins to specific hours reduces the risk of unauthorized access outside business hours. A company wants to restrict access to its internal network so that only company-issued devices can connect. What security measures should be used? Port forwarding, man-in-the-middle protection, using a VPN, network access control or NAC, or disabling DHCP. And here the best solution would be, or best answer would be, Network Access Control or NAC, as Network Access Control or NAC enforces security policies and prevents unauthorized devices from connecting to network. Next question. A user reports that their computer is running slowly and displaying pop-up ads even when a browser is open. What is the most likely cause? Man-in-the-middle attack, denial of service attack, insufficient RAM, brute force attack, or adware infection? And here the correct answer is adware infection, as adware generates unwanted advertisements and can slow down system performance. A security analyst needs to test an organization's security controls without prior knowledge of its infrastructure. What type of penetration test should be conducted? Black box testing, white box testing, gray box testing, red teaming, or code review? And here, if you don't know anything about infrastructure, then we would use black box testing. In black box testing, the tester has no prior knowledge of the system, simulating a real-world attack scenario. An organization needs to ensure the confidentiality of sensitive customer records. What is the best way to achieve this? Disabling automatic updates, blocking all incoming network traffic, using default administrator credentials, data encryption, or reducing password length requirements. So what would be the best solution in this scenario? And here the correct answer is data encryption, as encrypting sensitive records ensures that even if data is encrypted, it remains unreadable without proper decryption keys. A system administrator finds that a user has installed a keylogger on a shared company workstation. What type of threat is it? Or is this insider threat, zero-day exploit, phishing attack, man-in-the-middle attack, or cross-site scripting? And here the correct answer is insider threat, as an insider threat involves employees or individuals with internal access intentionally or unintentionally compromising security. A company wants to ensure that its wireless network is secured against unauthorized access. What is the best security protocol to use? WEP, VPA3, Telnet, PAP, or Radius. And here we are talking about the best security protocol. And the best security protocol would be for company VPA3, as the VPA3 is the latest and most secure Wi-Fi encryption protocol, offering better protection against brute force attacks. An attacker successfully tricks a user into clicking on a malicious link that downloads malware onto their system. What type of attack is this? Brute force attack, denial of service attack, spoofing, session hijacking, or is this a phishing attack? And here the correct answer is yes, this is a phishing attack, as phishing attacks device users into clicking malicious links or providing sensitive information. A network administrator is implementing port security to prevent unauthorized devices from connecting to the network. What security method should be used? Changing default passwords, application logging, role-based access control, MAC address filtering, or data loss prevention. And the correct answer here would be MAC address filtering, as MAC address filtering restricts network access to approved devices by their unique MAC addresses. Next question. A company wants to prevent unauthorized access to data stored on a company laptops even if the devices are stolen. What security measures should be implemented? Full disk encryption, MAC filtering, multi-factor authentication, antivirus software, or disabling USB ports. And here the correct answer would be full disk encryption, as full disk encryption ensures that data remains protected and unreadable without a proper authentication. So even if the user lost his laptop or his laptop was stolen and hacker didn't have correct access details or passwords, he wouldn't be able to access and read this data anyways. And next question. An attacker gains access to an employee's login session and hijacks their connection. What type of attack is this? Privilege escalation, session hijacking, brute force attack, Trojan horse, or DNS poisoning. And this attack is known as session hijacking, as session hijacking occurs when an attacker takes over user's active session, allowing them to act as the legitimate user. A security administrator wants to ensure that employees cannot install unauthorized software on their computers. What is the best solution? Enabling auto updates, using a VPN, allowing guest accounts, application allow listing, or implementing geofencing. And here the correct answer is application allow listing, as application allow listing permits only approved software to run, preventing unauthorized installations. A security analyst needs to detect vulnerabilities on a company's network before attackers can exploit them. What tool should be used? Network sniffer, intrusion prevention system or IPS, firewall, vulnerability scanner, or log analyzer. And here the correct answer would be vulnerability scanner, as vulnerability scanner proactively identifies security weaknesses in systems and networks. An attacker sends an email appearing to be from a company's CEO, requesting a wire transfer. What type of attack is this? Whaling, smishing, phishing, man-in-the-middle attack, or is this a DDoS attack? And here this particular attack is known as whaling, as whaling is targeted phishing attack aimed at a high-ranking executives to steal sensitive information or funds. A security team is reviewing a user permissions and finds that some employees have administrative access they no longer need. What principle should be applied? Role-based access control or RBAC, separation of duties, implicit deny, principle of least privilege, or zero trust architecture. And here the correct answer would be principle of least privilege, as users should only have the minimum access necessary for their job functions to reduce security risks. As cybersecurity analyst notices that employees are repeatedly using weak passwords despite security policies, what is the best way to enforce stronger passwords? Use a default password for all accounts, enable a password complexity policy, encourage employees to write password down, disable multi-factor authentication, or limit password lengths to 6 characters. And here the correct answer would be enable password complexity policy, as enforcing password complexity ensures that users create strong passwords with a mix of characters, reducing the risk of brute force attacks. And let's see results, and as you can see, we have passed it 100%, and here if we would have passed something wrongly, we would see this in these answers for these questions. We can review them after we have taken this test. And yes guys, if you are interested, you can go and test your skills for yourself here in Skill Test Pro, and this is absolutely free. And there are many different tests which you can take. And yes, this was another Security Plus test, and if you are interested in more tests like this or videos like this, go to the channel's homepage, click on playlists, and there you will find the full playlist of my different videos on different subjects for CompTIA, Microsoft and Cisco. And if you found this video useful, leave a like, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and see you in the next one.